What's up, guys? I wanted to share something with you all tonight. I get asked a lot of times when folks are dropping off their deer, like how do I go about keeping these capes from getting mixed up when they go through the tanning process, and how do I know whose cape is which? So I'm going to share that with you right here tonight. So guys, I wanted to share this with you tonight because I get asked oftentimes, like, what or how do I go about not mixing up the capes? You know, it's a lot of these bucks will look a lot alike, and this is a method that I've used for years. I've never had any problem identifying a cape. Of course, I put a Teflon tag through the nose with the same identifying information, but this one right here is one that won't fade and can make it all the way through. And whether you're a taxidermist or you're a trapper, this is something that could be relevant information. So a couple things I want to go over first is like some of the things that you're going to need. You'll need to get yourself a Phillips or a flathead will work. This was a Phillips head screwdriver, pretty sure, just a round shank, and then I ground it down with a bench grinder to a chisel point. And that's going to give me a punch tool that you'll see how I use that in a moment. And now what's equally important is where you put it on the cape. And I've made a little bit of a diagram if we're thinking about on the cape itself. If you get in here and look at this, then you can see this would be the top of the cape. The eyes and the nose would be right here. And then this right here would be in between the shoulder, so to speak, of the right along the spine, and it's going to be far enough back, and you're going to put it on the back hide in that location where it's probably going to get cut off the mount anyways. But even because you're going to punch it from inside out, it's not going to show up, it's not going to damage any hair or anything. And I'll show you in just a minute after I punch this cape where or how it looks on leather after it goes through the tanning process. So the first thing you want to do is just, you know, lay your cape out, of course, and make sure you're getting in the right location, which is in that area, like on the diagram where I showed you. And a lot of times that area, it'll be you know, there'll be a darker area, longer hair, what you could refer to as the dorsal area, and just right up in that area, right along the back, along the spine. Get you a nice flat area. You're going to need a block to put under it. I just used a piece of scrap 2x4, and you'll need a unique identifying number. I assign, as I take the stuff in, I'll assign it a number, and I'll mark the cape, the antlers, and the form when I order it, all with the same number. Like this one's going to be 435. And if you get in here tight and look at this, sometimes this tissue can cover it up and it'll make it not as noticeable. But you can see that's 4, 3 dots, and then 5 dots, and you can see is like how easily that can just disappear. But after this goes through the tanning process and gets shaved, and you can see there's no problems back there on the dorsal, and again that'll probably get cut off anyways. So that right there, again, one of these Teflon tags will be on the nose, and I won't have to worry about any of that identification process because my logs will show this number as well, and I'll know which cape number that is based on what's punched into the leather versus depending on this little tag. Alright guys, so like I said, this is just a great method. It's kind of a tried and true method that a lot of people use, whether you're a taxidermist or a trapper. This is a great method for just kind of identifying your hides. And like I said, on these buck capes right here in this shoulder, the very back of the shoulder area is where you're going to want to put it. And kind of like if you look at the diagram here, Again, you can't see any problems there where when it punched through. And I went ahead and punched this piece of leather where you can see that's essentially what it's going to look like after it comes back out of the tan and gets shaved down and everything. And so again, it would be kind of what I'd be looking at right there on that buck hide. So alright guys, so if you like these tips, be sure and hit that subscribe button down there, because I'm going to be dropping all kinds of content with tips. I'm going to be putting some hunts on here and everything, so you guys want to be sure and stick around. I'll see you next time.